everyone. Today we have a second Sutta Shiksha Satra. We begin the session with recitation of Dhamma Yachana. Sunita Jadhav, Tai, please start.
Yeah. ओकासवन्दामि भन्ते द्वारतयेन मया कतं सब्बं अपराधं खमतु मे भन्ते द्वितीयंपि ओकास आहन्ते द्वारतयेन मया कतं सब्बं अपराधं खमतु मे भन्ते ततीयंपि ओकासवन्दामि भन्ते द्वारतयेन मया कतं सब्बं अपराधं क्षमतु मे भन्ते। तीसरण पंचशील याचना। ओकास अहं भन्ते तीसरणेन सद्धिं पंचशीलं धम्मं याचामि अनुगहं कत्वा सीलदेथ मे भन्ते द्वितीयंपि अहं भन्ते तीसरणेन सद्धिं पंचशीलं धम्मं याचामि अनुगहं कत्वा सीलं देथ मे भन्ते ततीयंपि अहं भन्ते तीसरणेन सद्धिं पंचशीलं धम्मं याचामि अनुगहं कत्वा सीलं देथ मे भन्ते।
यमहं वदामि तं वदेत्।
भन्ते।
नमो तस्स
नमो तस्स भगवतो अरहतो सम्मा सम्बुद्धस्स। नमो तस्स भगवतो अरहतो सम्मा सम्बुद्धस्स। नमो तस्स भगवतो अरहतो सम्मा सम्बुद्धस्स।
बुद्धं शरणं गच्छामि
बुद्धं शरणं गच्छामि
धम्मं शरणं गच्छामि
धम्मं शरणं गच्छामि
संघं शरणं गच्छामि
संघं शरणं गच्छामि
द्वितीयंपि बुद्धं शरणं गच्छामि
द्वितीयंपि बुद्धं शरणं गच्छामि
द्वितीयंपि धम्मं शरणं गच्छामि
द्वितीयंपि धम्मं शरणं गच्छामि
द्वितीयंपि संघं शरणं गच्छामि
तृतीयंपि संघं शरणं गच्छामि
तृतीयंपि बुद्धं शरणं गच्छामि
तृतीयंपि बुद्धं शरणं गच्छामि
तृतीयंपि धम्मं शरणं गच्छामि
तृतीयंपि धम्मं शरणं गच्छामि
तृतीयंपि संघं शरणं गच्छामि
तृतीयंपि संघं शरणं गच्छामि।
तिसरणगमनं सम्पूर्णम्
आम्भन्ते
पानातिपाता वेरमणि सिक्खहापदं समादयामि
पानातिपाता वेरमणि सिक्खापदं समादयामि
अदिन्नादाना वेरमणि सिक्खहापदं समादयामि
अदिन्नदाना वेरमणि सिक्खापदं समादयामि
कामेषुमिच्छाचारा वेरमणि सिक्खहापदं समादयामि
कामेषु मिच्छाचारा वेरमणि सिक्खापदं समादयामि
मुसावादा वेरमणि सिक्खहापदं समादयामि
मुसावादा वेरमणि सिक्खापदं समादयामि
සුරාමේරය මජ්ජපමා දට්ඨානා වේරමණී සික්ඛාපදං සමාදියාමි.
සුරාමේරය මජ්ජපමාදඨානා වේරමණී සික්ඛාපදං සමාදියාමි.
තිසරණේන සද්ධින් පංචශීලං ධම්මං සාදුකං සුරක්ඛිතං කତ୍වා අප්පමාදේන සම්පාදේතබ්බං.
ආම්බන්තෝ සා සා සා.
Today Bhante will teach us Kalama Sutta, world famous Sutta, Kalama Sutta. So Bhante, please give us Dhamma Desna.
Okay. Good evening, all the Dhamma friends who are participated today. Actually, today I'm not well as it is because these days in this monastery have some cold and fever. It's spreading with the monks, but actually last week also we unable to conduct the session. That is why I thought whatever the situation, I have to conduct this session. So at very first I would like to tell that the sutta name is actually not a Kalama Sutta. The sutta name is coming, I already sent some slides. Kesamutti Sutta. Kesamutti Sutta is the real name, but normally it's famous as a Kalama Sutta. So Kesamutti Sutta is the real name, but it's famous as Kalama Sutta. So because this sutta is really discussion, especially some students when they are learn about Buddhist studies, they are really interesting on this subject, this sutta. So if you go through the sutta, then you can see the things how the sutta is explaining, and I just create some notes. I think I already sent to the sister Preeti, but I will share with documents. Is this one? So you can see in very brief, if I explaining about Kalama Sutta, the sutta is indicate, or the sutta is clearly mentioned about we all are, why we are dedicate our time, we are spending our time. Maybe sometimes we have to spend our money, we have to dedicate and sacrifice our whatever we like, desires. We all doing all these efforts to attain ultimate liberation, to finish this all the suffering. For finish the suffer, attain Nibbana, we need pure Dhamma. So that is why I colored as a Dhamma. So Dhamma, if you want to realize the Dhamma, the Kalama Sutta is explaining about if you want to know about the Dhamma, you should not base on these categories. It's clearly mentioned about do not rely on hearsay, on a tradition, or on legendary accounts, or canonical collections, or logical reasonings, inferential reasonings, or reflective consideration of reasons, or the acceptance of the view after deliberation, and the apparent competence of the speaker, or because of the recluse is our teacher. So these are the points that Buddha says to Kalama. When you are realize Dhamma, you should not base on this. So you have to base on what? Don't worry about Dhamma, whatever you know or you don't know. But you know, within your framework, within the form and the names and the form, you know the greedy, hatred, delusion. From those kilesa, your unskillful body action, unskillful verbal action, unskillful mental action, you feel that. That is not who's teaching. No one need to teach how to behave bad way, how to speak bad way, how to think bad way. No one need to teach you. Any person is automatically they are behaving something like that. Same as the other side. Non-greed, free from anger and wisdom. Based on that, we are doing skillful body action, skillful verbal action, skillful mental action. Within these two, when someone is doing in a negative side, then he should understand that action or verbal thing or mental thought is a wholesome or unwholesome, faulty or faultless, blamed by the wise or praised by the wise, fully adapted. When you are adapted with that, lead to suffering or to determine to detriment or not. So when you are understanding about that within yourself, then you can realize the Dhamma. That is the brief introduction of Kalama Sutta. So slowly we will go to the Kalama Sutta, what is happening at the moment and what Buddha is really teach to the Kalama. So this is, if you have this idea, then you have a proper idea about entire Sutta. But some of the people, they are really misunderstanding or misinterpretation about this. So when we move to the Sutta, so the another theory says, thus have I heard at one time the Blessed One, the Buddha, while wandering through the Kosalam with a great community of monks, arrived at the town of the Kalamas named Kesamutti. The town name is Kalamas, its name Kesamutti. The Kalamas of Kesamutti heard the ancient Gautama Venerable says, the Sakyana son of went from the Sakyana clan, as they arrived to Kesamutti. They heard that the Gautama is coming to our village. Normally, when you know, if a reputed person, if it is a famous person, if come to within your area, you all are happy to meet him. We all are really appreciate him and we all want to see him. So normally where the Buddha is going, all village people, all the people, the town people and everyone very happy and they have some, if it is a famous person, reputed person come to your village or town, normally we like to see, we like to talk. In nowadays, people are like to show video, they like to take a pictures, something like that. Same as at that time, Buddha is reached to the Kalamas Kesamutti. Then they heard that. Then as arrived Kesamutti. Furthermore, considering that Venerable Gautama, this good report has arisen. The Blessed One is thus, it is good moreover to see such Arahat. Then they thought that, oh, he's a very famous person, his qualities are like this, so it's really happy to. It's even seeing of Buddha is really blessed thing and very prayer thing. So it's time to go to see Buddha. So Kalama is think like that. And what is happening is, then the Kalamas of Kesamutti approached to the Blessed One, having approached. Normally, in India time, every people not respect to the Gautamas. Some of the people, they are really in-hearted, they are respect. Some of them, they are respect, but it's not coming from the heart, but because of the others' respect, they respect. Some of them, they are not respect. They feel, oh, he also our age, he's our friend, he's like a friend. Some of them, they think like that. Some of them, actually, they don't care about the Buddha. They don't care about that because some of them, because of their ego, they don't care about that. That is why it says, Appekache Bhagava Sadding Samodhi. Some of them, they are happy with Buddha. Then they are just, how are you? Say hi, and they sharing the things and they just talk and they sit somewhere. Some of them, they just shake, they just put their, combine their hands and they pay respect, then they just sit somewhere. But some of them silently come and sit there, no respect, no worship, nothing. So, however, Buddha knows every person why they are doing such a so, but Buddha is okay. Then what will happen? There are venerable. Then Kalama, the person called Kalama, he start to talk with the Gautama. There are venerable says some Reculus, that means the famous Reculuses and Brahmins. Then he says some of religious person, some of the religious leaders, Brahmans who came to Kesamutti, they illuminated and shine. They illuminated and shine forth their own doctrine. They are always, normally the thing is, before Buddha is born, before Buddha is enlightened, there are many teachers in the India, many teachers. They teach their own techniques, their own Dhamma. They said they are the Buddha. That is very common thing, as Indian people, at that time what is happening there. But they despise, reveal, derespect, and ridicule the doctrine of others. That's the problem. When they give their Dhamma, they always reject others. Oh, they are foolish. They are foolish. They are telling lies. Or maybe, oh, they also following myself. They also learning from me. They are foolish. They are not right. I'm the person who telling the truth. I'm the Buddha. There are other also venerable some Reculus and Brahmins who came to Kesamutti. They too illuminated and shined forth their own doctrine, but they despise, reveal, derespect, and ridicule the doctrine of others. For us, venerable sir, there is arise doubt. When the 10 people come and telling 10 things, we have a doubt which one is right, which one is correct. Nowadays also, I think, if you are understanding about this, nowadays we're talking about bombard. Bombard is the word we use if you go to the internet. When you search internet, if you want to search something, there are millions of results coming. If you want to search something, there should be one result, right? Especially Dhamma. If you go to internet, just type Anicca, just type Dukkha, just type Anatta, just type the meaning of the Anicca. Millions of results come. Should it be? No, it should be only one result because Buddha says what is Anicca. Then what is happening is millions of results. Then you have to decide which result is right, which result is God, which result is good, and which result is appropriate, accurate. Something like that. In those days also, with the Kalama, the town, the village, there are many teachers coming and they are teaching different things. Then the people have a doubt which one is right, which one is correct, which teacher is good, which teacher is not good, which teacher is telling right, which teacher is telling truth, which teacher is telling lie. Oh, that's the big problem. In that time, that is why he said, dear sir, venerable sir, there arise doubt, there arise perplexity regarding them. They have a perplexity. They have no flexible, they have no any trust on them. Which of these venerable Reculus and Brahmins speak the truth, and which speak falsehood? It is enough for you, Kalamas, that to doubt. Then Buddha says, yes, of course. It should be doubt, Kalama. It should be doubt because if 10 people come and tell 10 things regarding one topic, what will happen? The people got doubt, the people got shock. Which one is right? Which one is correct? Nowadays, some of the people, they are change the Dhamma. They give Dhamma discourse with changing way. Which it is not included in the main text, which it is not included in the commentary, which it is not included in the sub commentaries. When the people listening that kind of Dhamma, they feel got shocked. How it's happened? How this is happened? But this Bhante is telling, this teacher is this monk, this venerable is telling like this. Is it right? The Buddha said, yes, you have to doubt. You should be doubt because it is enough for you, Kalama, to doubt. It is enough to be perplexed. Indeed, perplexity has arisen in you regarding a doubtful matters. Yes, you should indeed. Buddha says, indeed, perplexity has arisen in you regarding a doubtful matter. Then what will happen then? Buddha at that time, Buddha knows about this question asking from the Kalama. Buddha knows this discussion will be definitely happen at at village. So sometimes the Buddha's way, sometimes people asking question about Dhamma, then Buddha is answering. Sometimes some of the incidents, when the incident is happening, the Buddha is reciting Dhamma. Sometimes Buddha think, oh, this is the time for good, this is good time for telling something special thing, then Buddha is reciting. Sometimes Buddha is asking question from them, then they also invite, please Bhante, answer for them, answer for that question. You are the master, you are the head, you are the master of that Dhamma, you know the real Dhamma, please answer. Buddha is asking question, and people and monk and the venerable will be invited to please Bhante, explain that. We don't know about that. Something like that. There are many ways to Buddha's Dhamma discourse. It is coming in this commentary. The commentary mentioned that when the Buddha wants to give Dhamma talk, he know the time. Because in this time, Kalamas is asking question, then Buddha give answer. Sometimes Buddha asking question, then the people or venerables or monks again invite, please Bhante, please explain, we don't know about that. Then Buddha is explaining Dhamma. Sometimes some incidents happen. Based on the incident, Buddha is explaining Dhamma. Likewise, however, then Buddha says, Eta Kalama. Then he says, Eta tumhe Kalama, ma anussavena, ma paramparaya, ma itikiraya, ma pitaka sampadhanena, ma takka hetu, ma naya hetu, ma akara parvitakkena, ma ditti nijjhanakantiya, ma bhabba rupathaya, ma samano no gharu yada tumhe Kalama, attanava janeyata. Within yourself, if you are know about this, what is this says? Come Kalama, okay, I will explain. Do not rely on hearsay. Oh, he's saying like this, he's saying like this, he's a reputed person, he's a famous person. He's really very recognized person. Because of he said, we should understand, we should believe that, we should have in faith on this, we faith on him. No. Buddha says that. Kalama, if some people says like this, so, and so, and so, don't believe that. Don't believe that. The second he said, oh, on tradition. It's coming from our tradition. We believe our tradition. Especially this sutta is very applicable for the Indian people because most of the Indian people, they are not Buddhists. Some of the people, they are coming from the Hinduism. Some of the people, some are different beliefs. If you are, don't criticize, but if you are going to ask, if you can talk with them, why you believing, why you are doing such a so, why you are following this kind of belief, what is the reason, why you are always trying to solve your suffering, to removing your suffering, doing such a so, doing such a so, doing such a so, you just ask. They don't have a clear answer. They might be said, no, our teacher says so, my mother and father says so, my family says so. That is why Buddha says, don't follow in like that. Don't following. Oh, this is coming from our tradition. That is why I'm following. That is why I'm believing. Don't do that. Oh, legendary accounts. Oh, the heritage by heritage, heritage by heritage. That is our legend is coming. So we cannot change. We cannot change because in the some of the different suttas have, when they are following some legendary history, when they are following legendary accounts, The king also support, king also appreciate that, oh, he's never changed his legendary. But they know that is wrong. As for example, in the Diga Nikaya, there's a sutta, Payasiranya Sutta, very famous one. But that is not coming from the Buddha, that is come with the Kumarakassapa Araha. When Kumarakassapa Araha is asking many questions from the Payasiranya, he know he is wrong. But he know that if he accept the problem, if he accept and if he believe, if he obey to the Dhamma, then what will happen? All the benefit from coming from the king, all the benefit coming from the village people, all the benefits come from the people, devotees, everything will be stopped. Then he said, no, I'm not believe. This is right. Internally he knows the Kumarakassapa is perfectly explained Dhamma. His Dhamma explanation is very perfect. He knows that. Finally, he said, Bante, your explanation is very perfect, but how can I believe this? How can I accept this? If I accept this, all the benefit will be lost. That is why I am following this. So that is the legendary accounts. Or an canonical collections. Canonical collections, that was another problem. That the canonical collection, then it's another problem. Or logical reasoning. Some of the people, they are always try to use with the logical way. Remember that this is very serious. In Dhamma, you have to understand in a two way. One way is you have to be faithful with the Dhamma. Then you have to accept Dhamma based on the faithfulness. We call Saddha. Some of the Dhamma we have to accept faith based on the wisdom. We call Panya. If you want to accept Dhamma based on the Panya, you should never based on the faithfulness. You should never be with the Saddha. You should base on the Panya. As an example, if you want to learn Abhidhamma, it should not base on the Saddha, it should base on the Panya. But some of the quality of the Buddha, quality of Dhamma, quality of Sangha, or some of the Buddha's techniques, what is the Eight Noble Path, what is the Four Noble Truth? First of all, we have to be full faithfulness. Without faithfulness, the wisdom will never arising. So remember that the Dhamma we have to base on, some of the Dhamma we have to base on the faithfulness, some of the Dhamma we have to base on the wisdom. This is very important. Don't try to logically analyze the Dhamma, because some of the Dhamma we cannot touch with the logical way because we need faithfulness. Some of the Dhamma, even we are thinking about logical way, if we don't have a more wisdom, we cannot understand about that. But logically we feel something, oh, if it is so, then this should be like this. According to my logic, this should be like this should be like this. Dhamma is not like that. Dhamma is based on the wisdom, some part based on the faithfulness. Saddhanusari, Dhammanusari. So remember that this is very important thing that you have to understand in today. Dhamma is something you cannot imagine. The thing is you have to be faithful with the Dhamma. And with the faithful, you should have to follow the Dhamma. That is what you have to understand. And another sutta I can remember, I can attach with this story. The sutta is Avijja Sutta. Then Avijja Sutta explaining about, if you have faithfulness, the faithfulness is not coming easily. Faithfulness coming with the good friends, the Kalyana Mitta. If you have a good Kalyana Mitta, you have a good Dhamma. If you have a good Dhamma, you have a good faithfulness. If you have faithfulness, you are listening Dhamma, you are with the Yoniso Manasikara. With the Yoniso Manasikara, you have a Sati Sampajanya. With the Sati Sampajanya, you have a Indriya Samvara. If you have Indriya Samvara, then you are always with the sucharita, the skillfulness of body action, skillfulness of verbal action, skillfulness of mental action. If you are following skillfulness of body, verbal and mental action, then your pancha nivarna will be reduced. There is no pancha nivarna. There is no pancha nivarna mean there is no delusion, there is no ignorance. There is no ignorance, there is no sankara, there is no sankara, there is no vijnana, there is no vijnana, there is no namarupa. Oh, finally you will become a liberated person. You see, from where we start? We start from the good Kalyanamitta. Good Kalyanamitta gives Dhamma. With Dhamma you have a faithfulness. Faithfulness leads to Panya. The Shraddha will leads to Panya. If you have a Saddha, if you have a faithfulness of the Dhamma, definitely it will be lead to the wisdom. So you have to understand about. The Buddha says that do not believe, don't believe or don't judge Dhamma based on your logical reasoning. Don't judge Dhamma based on the logical reasoning. That is very dangerous. And again he says, Buddha says that infinitial mean it's about theory. Maybe some of the people, they really like of the theory. They are not practical, but they are based on the theory. Oh, according to this theory, according to this theory, according to this theory, it should be this. No, it cannot be changed. But Buddha says, don't do that. Because some of the theory created by themselves. It's not a natural, it's not a universal theory. The theory, as a university graduates, as an educated person, you all are really educated person, I know that. When you are learning in the university or wherever the diploma or whatever the degree, whatever the masters, the subjects are created by themselves. The subjects are created by the people. Entire course, entire subject matters are created by the people. So it is not a universal truth. Dhamma is the universal. Dhamma is the universal truth. So universal truth, you should not match with whichever the theory who made by the people. It never tally. It never equal. It has a very difference, big difference. That is why Buddha says, do not judge Dhamma in the inferential reasoning. Oh, and reflective consideration. Oh, another one. Reflective consideration. Sometimes, according to our knowledge, according to our experience, according to our society, according to the background, according to your education background, according to your job background, you feel something, oh, it should be something like this because I have experienced this, I have experienced this, so Dhamma should be like this, Dhamma should be like this. The Buddha says, Akara ma akara parivitakkena. That is, according to, if you are judged the Dhamma on reflective consideration of reasons, then you will be fail. You will be in a trouble. Buddha says, don't do that. And again, another one. Then sometimes Buddha says that Ma ditti nijjana kantya. Oh, another one. The ditti nijjana kantya is happening how? Sometimes the time to time, the people, we are people, we always like to engage with the people. In our life, when we are in a young age, we have a good teachers. In our preschool or grade 1 to 5, grade and the primary level, we have a teachers. We believe them, we follow them. But when we become some elder, actually we forget that teachers. We don't know. Even sometimes we don't know about name because when we are increasing, when we are going to grade by grade, we have a new teachers. Sometimes we are interested with teachers because they are teaching techniques. We are happy with teachers. Then what will happen? They are telling when they're telling something, when they teach something, we touch it as a universal truth. Oh, this is the truth because this is never changed. My teacher is very interesting, is very famous teacher, is very reputed teacher. because he's telling this very truth. I take it this as a very truth one, universal one. If you take such a hard way, extreme way, you cannot leave him from that. Even the pure Dhamma, when you are arising, even the pure Dhamma arising, or even pure Dhamma, someone discourse, you not never listen to that because you don't want to listen. No, no, I will not believe because I have a very reputed teacher. He is teaching this way. I only believe him. This is also very understanding clue. When you are following Dhamma, you should always base on the Dhamma, not by the person. But sometimes people are interested with the person. Oh, he's very famous person. He's very beautiful person. He's very handsome person. He's very talkative person. He has very logical way. He has very he's teaching very technical way. And he's teaching not in a deeper, but he's teaching in a surface level, very easy to understand. Then I'm interesting on him. Then you take that is the perfect Dhamma. That is we call Nijjana Kantya. Buddha says, don't do that. Based on the Dhamma, based on not the way, do not based on the person. You have to base on the Dhamma. Because when we are based on the person, because of that person, we don't like to removing or we don't like to against what we take from that person. I will explain in you in Thailand. Some of the bhikkhu, they are teaching some meditation techniques. They are teaching some meditation techniques. But that techniques is not in the main text. That technique is not in a commentary. That technique is not in a main sub-commentaries. But they are believing that people. They are believing that person. Very faithful with that person because of that style of the teaching style, the teaching method, whatever the way, they believe in that person, not Dhamma. Whatever the person says, oh sadhu, sadhu, he's really interesting person. He's really good person. He's very rich person. He know Dhamma very well. His teaching is very understanding. If someone asking, oh, where is the main text? Where is the teaching coming from the main text? Where's the Buddha says that? No need that. The person is very perfect. That is why I'm believing. The Buddha says, don't do that. Don't take it like that. Manijjana, ditti nijjana kantya mean, because of the person, because of the interesting of the person, whichever he teach, we take it as that is the universal truth. But anyway, if you are touched like that, if you go extreme like that, we forget the Dhamma. We lose the Dhamma, real Dhamma we will lose. Ma bhabbarupataya. Ma bhabbarupataya mean, but this is the way. When you see the Swamin Wahanse, when you see this venerable, oh, he's shaving all hair. He's very nice person. I don't know I'm nice or not, but sometimes maybe you think, oh, he's a nice person. He's very young person. He's very looking. He's very pleasant way. He's explaining Dhamma very well. Oh, he's definitely he should be a saint person. He should be a very wise person. He should be a good person. He's very good, venerable person. He's really, but because of the appearance, looks like he looks like he's a monk, looks like he's a priest. So we should believe that. We should believe that. No, Buddha says, don't believe such a soul. Buddha says, don't believe such a soul. Because if you are based on such a criterias, if you are following such a criterias, then you will be lost the pure Dhamma. That is Babbarupataya. As it is, oh, he looks like saint. He looks like monk. He looks like Silaji. Oh, that is why we have to accept. That is why we have to accept. That is why we have to believe. No, that is wrong. Then another the Buddha says, Ma samano na garuti. Ma samano ma garuti. Then some of that is why I'm always explain. Oh, he's a very perfect monk. Every people are worship to him. Every people are know he's a very famous monk. In the television, in the social media, he's very famous. Big nowadays, it's really happening in the Sri Lanka also. Because some of the bhikkhu, they are very famous. Because of they are famous, sometimes they are misinterpretation Dhamma. Then what will happen? Oh, everyone blaming. Oh, that is wrong Dhamma. That is wrong Dhamma. He is not interpretation pure Dhamma. That is what. But people, they don't believe that. Oh no, he's famous monk. That is why he's famous in the social media. Every time he has a post new videos. There's a subscribe, this much subscribe, this much like, this much likes. So that mean he's very famous monk. Then we have to follow his dhamma. Buddha says, don't do that. Don't do that. So, however, then you can understand. This is about, remember, this is not talking about which we learn in Dhamma main text or commentary or sub-commentary. Don't misunderstand, because most of the graduates, they are misunderstanding about Kalama Sutta. Oh, this is talking about main text, commentary and sub-commentary. That means we should not believe main text. That means we should not believe commentary. That mean we should not believe sub-commentary. We have to think about ourselves. We have to think by ourselves and we have to decide. No, that is not. That is not. We have to faithful with the main text, commentary and sub-commentary, because that is the thing that we have. But that is not my word. We will follow the things how Buddha says, how Buddha teach this. Then again he says, uh, he said, this reader, the teachers, when you are yourselves, Kalama, you know, these things are unwholesome. These things are blameworthy. These things are censured by the wise. These things, when undertaken and practiced, lead to harm and suffering, then you should abandon them, Kalama. That is why if you go through my slide, then you can see. So you can see, because of this, you see this. This is the chart, that the summary. Because of the greed is arising within yourself. The hatred is arising within yourself. The delusion is arising within yourself. Even the teacher, whatever the person telling, you know when the greed is arising within yourself. You know when the hatred is arising within yourself. You know delusion is arising within yourself. When it's arising such a lobha moha, the mula, the hetu, the roots, when the roots are arising, you know your action. You know your body action, you know your verbal action, you know your mental action. Even when your body action or verbal action or mental action express, then you have to question by yourself whether is a wholesome or unwholesome, whether is a fault or faultless, whether is a blame by the wise person or praise by the wise person. Fully adapted, when you adapted with that action or verbal or mental action, lead to suffering, lead to come, then you know about that. Oh, that is bad. I feel guilty. I feel that is bad. I feel that is wrong. I feel really sad on that. Why I'm doing like this? Why I'm doing like this? That is really not good. You know about that. No one need to teach you. No one need to lead you. No one need to guide you. You know yourself when it's arising by yourself. Then Buddha says, if it is a wholesome one, then you should not do. If it is unwholesome, then you have to follow. If it is a fault, you should not do. If it is a faultless, you should follow. If it is blamed by the wise person, you should not do. If it is praised by the wise person, if it is appreciated by the wise person, you have to do. When you are fully adapted with whatever the your action, whatever the your verbal action, whatever your the mental action, if you feel that lead to suffer, if you feel to the bad karma, you should not do. If you feel that when you adapt with that, if it is lead for the endless suffer, if it is lead to endless suffer, if it is lead to happiness of the endless happiness, if it is lead to the joyfulness, then you have to follow. That is Dhamma. That is Dhamma. The Buddha says to Kalama. That is the thing you have to understand. So when you are doing this then that is why it says Tankim Manyata Kalama. Lobho purisa sajjatang uppajjamano uppajjati hitaya va. If it is the greed is arising within yourself, if it is a helpful, harmful. What do you think this Kalama? When the greed is arising internally in the person, does it arise from benefits or harm? Then Kalama's answer definitely is a misfortune, Venerable Sir. Is not good. Is not good. So this is the thing that you have to understand. You have to self-oriented. You have to you have to self-assistant. You have to understand what within your framework, when it is arising within your framework, if it is good or bad, then you know that is good, that is not good. This is good, this is not good. That is why Buddha says, Sabba papa sakaranang kusalassa pasampada sachitta pariyodapanam etam buddhana sasanam. That is universal dhamma. Universal dhamma is that something is arising when you are, how it's arising things, how the greed is arising, how the hatred is arising, how the delusion is arising. From here is arising, from here is arising, from here is arising, from here is arising, entire body is arising, from the mind is arising. When you see something, then greed can be arise. When you heard something, greed can be arise. When you smell something, the greed can be arise. When you taste something, greed can be arise. When you feel something, the greed can be arise. When you thought something, greed can be arise. So that is why you have to understand. This Dhamma is not out of the area. This Dhamma is not out of the environment. Dhamma is within you. Dhamma is within you. That is why Buddha says, Kalama, do not rely on the hearsay, he say, hearsay, 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 hearsay. Do not rely on that. Do not rely on this is coming from the tradition. Do not rely on that this is come legendary accounts. Do not rely on that consideration of reasons. Do not rely on the acceptance of the view of the after deliberations, the logical reasons. Do not rely on that. Just focus on yourself. Just focus on yourself. You feel that what is right, what is wrong. When something is arising within yourself, you feel happy. You feel some endless of the suffer, and that is good. When arises something, you feel hatred, greed, delusion, and frustrated, and there are many, some uncomfortable, then stress, then you should understand that is not good. So based on this way, you have to follow in normal day-to-day life also. I will explain the things how to overcome from this. That is the very important thing, because Kalama Sutta is not a hard thing, but I will explain how to overcome from this. When you are acting, when you are doing your things in day-to-day life, as it is, as a mother, as a sister, as a wife, as a husband, as a father, whatever, as a leader or as a subordinate, as a worker, whatever the situation, whatever the levels, when you are doing something, so remember that every time the things are arising, that is why I'm telling the greed. You see, the greed, hatred, and delusion is also arising within this framework. Non-greed, free from anger, wisdom also arising within this framework. So both are arising within this framework. So now you are responsible. Now you are responsible to alert, mindful. You are responsible for being alert with how it's arising, when it's arising, and where it's arising, and how and which time it's arising, because of because of what object it arising. That is the alertness. That is we call sati, the mindfulness. When you are being with the mindfulness, you know that the time it's arising, when it's arising, which object is caused to arising, which people are supposed to arise in, then you have to be very calm. You have to be very responsible. No, no, this is not good. This is not Dhamma. This is bad. This is generate another bad thing. How you know this is generate another thing? You know where the very first sutta we are discussed about Salayyaka Sutta. If you are doing something good at the moment you are doing, it's finished. But if you think after 2 days or after 1 week, you feel happy. Oh, I did the week before I did such a good thing. What a wonderful thing. Same as if you are doing bad thing now, you're doing and it's finished. After 1 week, when you are remember that, oh, that is really wrong. No one knows, but I myself it's no. That is really bad. Why I'm doing such a thing? See, the karma, the vipaka, the results coming as it is. In this life also vipaka come, the results will come. Next life also that results will come. Until you attain liberated person, the results will come same as it is. So please remember that. When you are calm with yourself, when you are be mindfulness with yourself, when you're mindfulness with yourself, when you're mindful with your mindfulness with yourself, when you're concentrated on yourself, then you know what is right and what is wrong. When at that time you know how the greed is arise, how the hatred is arise, how the delusion is arise. When you're calm and calm and when you're calm and calm and calm, when you're concentrated on your mind, you know when the non-greed is arise, when the free from anger, when the wisdom is arise. But you know that if you want to be a concentrated person, you should be a fully morality. Again, Dhamma is arising. Morality, concentration. With both of that, the wisdom will be happen. That is the Kalama Sutta comes to finally. If there's a morality, there should be then the concentrate is not a dream. If there's a morality plus concentrate, then there is a wisdom. The wisdom is the most important thing. Based on the wisdom, you can analyze that. Is it a wholesome one or unwholesome one? Is a faulty or faultless one? If it's a blame by the wise person or praised by the wise person or appreciated by the wise person, because of the wisdom. Fully, when you adapted with whatever the skillful or unskillful things, if it is lead to suffering or if it will be end the suffer, it's desired by the panya, wisdom. See, again, sila, samadhi, panya, sila, samadhi, panya, sila, samadhi, panya. Whatever the sutta you discussed, wherever the sutta you discussed, it's final, it's come with the morality, concentrated wisdom, sila, samadhi, panya. Sabba papa sakaranang kusalasapa sampada, it means morality. Sachitta Paryodapanang, it's mean Samadhi and Panya. Sachitta Paryodapanang. The chitta, you cannot Paryodapana without Samadhi. The chitta Paryodapana will doing with the Samadhi and the Panya. So very understanding about the Kalama Sutta. You have to understand about Dhamma within yourself, not because of others. Because I know some of the Muslim people, the Muslim who are following the Muslim religion, they have some Hajj or something, so I don't know the festival name. In that day, they are kill the cows. Even the one person is kill the cow, but everyone should touch the knife. They are, oh, we are agree that, we are agree that, we are agree that. They are touch the knife and they are give the permission for that because of their tradition. See what a suffer, what a such a you know. If they are following such a way, that means they are allowed to kill that cow. They are allowed to kill that animal. So that is so miserable because of their religion, because of their family, because of their tradition. If they are following such a way, but tradition will never take the karma. Oh, don't worry, tradition will take the karma. Oh, don't worry, the teacher will take the kamma. Oh, don't worry, father and mother will take the kamma. No one cannot take the kamma. If you are doing such a so, if you are accepting such a so, if you are involving such a so, then you have to suffer. You have to face with that dhamma. You have to face with that kamma. So finally, Buddha says, when the people, if the people Kalama, if some people arising greed, based on that greed, if someone has killed the animals, if someone steal the whatever the whichever which not belongs to you, if someone is doing the sexual misconduct which is not appropriate, is it right or wrong? So that is no need to think from the teacher, from the logic corner. You know that is wrong. Because if you are doing such a so, even no one knows that, you know that that is wrong. Even after you finish whatever the misconduct or unskillful body or verbal or mental action, even after 1 week, even you think that, oh, I did this kind of bad thing. I said this kind of bad words. I thought this kind of bad thoughts. What a miserable thing. What a bad thing. What a sad thing. No need any person to judge whether it's a wholesome or unwholesome. Within yourself, you know that that is unwholesome. So that is what you have to understand. Dhamma is so wonderful. Dhamma is, we should not base on any person. We should base on what Buddha is teach us. Dhamma is universe. Whichever the person, whichever the teaching, whoever teach to you, or whatever the person is Dhamma discourse, you can listening. But remember that listening is not a final thing. When you're listening, you have to apply with the Buddha's teaching. The Buddha is what Buddha is teach, what is right and what is wrong, what is fault or what is faultless, what is blamed by the wise person, what is blamed, what is the praised by the wise person. Based on that, you can understand. Oh, this is the rule. This is the base. This is the root that we can understand what is Dhamma and what is Adhamma. And Buddha says, very good Gatha, I will remind you. Nahi Dhammo Adhammo cha ubho samavipakino. Nahi Dhammo Adhammo cha ubho samavipakino. Adhammang nirayang neti, dhammang neti suggating. Very beautiful Dhamma. That means Dhamma and Adhamma not gives equal benefits. Ubho samavipakino, nahi dhammo adhammo cha ubho samavipakino. The results will not never equal Dhamma and Adhamma. If you're following Dhamma, the results will lead to your heaven. If you're following the Dhamma, the results will lead to your hell. See the difference. That is what Buddha says, the Kalama, to Kalama. Just remind, just investigate within yourself. Just analyze within yourself. Just keep watching within yourself. Not because of your teacher, not because of your friend, not because of your tradition, not because of your chronicle records, or not because of the legendary records, not because of the Bhabbarupata, not because of the facial interpretation, the appearance. Oh, this is a very famous one, very, very beautiful one, very nice one. He's very young one. Oh no, those are the irrelevant. Check within yourself, it's right or wrong. You know when you are doing whatever the action, whatever the word, when you speak, whatever the speak, when you speak, whatever the word, when you are doing whatever the action, when you are think whatever the thought, you know that is right or wrong. Even within the world, within the society, even your husband, your wife, your children, your teachers, no one knows about what you thought, what you think, what you're doing. No one knows, but very secretly, even you are doing secretly, there's one person is knowing about that. That's you. You know what you are doing. You know what you are talking. You know what you are thinking. That is what Buddha says. Dhamma is guide you what is right, what is wrong. Then when you are thinking about that, you will realize what a wonderful Dhamma. That is what you have to practice in your day-to-day life. Nothing else. No need to worry about the deeper. You should go one day, you should have to go deeper. You should know what is Paticcasamuppada. You should know what is the fourth noble truth. You should know what is Patthana. You should know what is the Visatyakara Paticcasamuppada. You should know what is the fourth noble truth. You should know the Triparivatta. Everything you should know, but not now. At the surface level, first of all, you have to base on the Dhamma. The base is what? Morality, consideration, wisdom. If you're following as your knowledge, whatever you're learning from the Dhamma, that is more than enough. You should not do bad things. You should do good things. That is the Dhamma. If you're following such a simple way, slowly you will learn more, deeper thing in future. So that is what are my experience. That is what I am explaining. That is what I am advising as a teacher. Remember that. Within this world, there are very few people are following the morality. So now is the time. If you are following morality, you should be thorough with that. You should be very serious with that. If you break some precepts, you should not break. You should have to determine, no, I will never break this one. I will follow pure Dhamma as it is, as I can. Then if you are not doing mindfulness, if you are not doing meditation, then this is the time you have to come to meditation. How you can do meditation? Meditation is not a hard thing. Meditation is the very perfect thing, very wonderful thing. If you want to do meditation, you should have to do first thing is try to sit. What? Sit. Everyone can sit. Everyone can sit, but not more longer time. They can sit. Then I can see some of them, they are sit, they are here and there, they are here, they are standing, they are again doing, here and there, they are standing, they feel paining. That is not sitting. Sitting is sitting. Like a statue you can sit. If you can sit long period like a statue, that is the first requirement for the meditation. Do not worry about the instruction about the meditation because instruction is totally given by the Buddha. We don't worry about the instruction. We worry about our pattern, the behavioral pattern we should change. You just think about yourself. Can you sit 1 hour without moving like a statue? It's really hard because when you sit, first 20 minutes you can sit, but next 20 minutes, what will happen? The pain will come. The pain will come. Your leg paining, your back paining, your neck paining, everything is paining. Then what will happen? You're moving here and there. You're moving here and there. You change your position. You are not successful for the meditation. We call Paryanka Vijaya. Paryanka Vijay is the first requirement if you want to do meditation. I will teach in later how to do meditation, but this is not a time to guide or giving instruction for the meditation. But remember that the life is something you have to change. You should change your life. You should change your life according to Dhamma. So if you're following morality, it's easy to do meditation. If you're doing meditation is samatha, then you have to move to the vipassana. Then when you are doing vipassana, then your morality, your wisdom is everything will be very perfect. Very perfect. So in practical way, how you applying this practical in how you applying the Kalama Sutta in your practical life is very easy. You should protect your eye because the eye is the place, eye is the object, eye is the very dangerous place that greeding, hatred and illusion arise. Then you have to be very protect, you have to be very careful your eye, your eyes. Whatever you see, whatever you want to see, be careful with that because it comes two side, good side and bad side. If when you see something, it's arising bad thing, please close your eyes. Please understand, you should not see that. When you heard something, if you feel anger, If you feel greedy, if you feel illusion, don't listening. Don't listening. Just listening, just throw out. That is the practical way, the Kalama Sutta. Especially when you're going to eat. Maybe you like to taste, you are greedy with the taste. Do not do that. Especially touch, whatever the touch, when you are asleep or when you are engaged with whatever the things can be arise that. You know the time that things arising within yourself. You should be a guard. You should be a protector for yourself. Then you know the time the things arising good side and bad side. Then you should be a very attentive mind. You should be a persistently, you have to watchful how it's happened, how things happen, how things change. Persistently you have to follow the things. If you follow this technique, that is the way the Kalama Sutta will become a practical. So I think the all of the Dhamma friends, I think I explaining some brief way because I don't want to explain all the sutta, because if you follow all the sutta you can understand, oh, this is about this, this is about this is nothing more than that. But Buddha says very important thing. If you are following this one, if you're following this one, if you're following this one, you got, if you can having a four results, four benefits you can definitely have. What are the four benefits? If you following the Kalama Sutta as it is, if you following the Dhamma as it is, then Buddha says, then definitely, if you are following Dhamma as it is, after you dead, definitely you will go to the heaven. You will born in the better place, good place, the peaceful place, happy place. We call Kama Sugati. Then Buddha says, Sacheko panati paroloko ati sukadukatana kammanam palam vipako tanamahang kaya sabeda paramarana sugatin saggan lokang upajjisami. I am patamo asaso adigato. That means he really knows, oh, when I die, I definitely go to the best place because I am following good Dhamma. This is first resource. Then second one is, if you know you are not doing any unskillful body action, unskillful verbal action, unskillful mental action, you know that yourself, you are really pure with the morality. You are really pure with the mindfulness, concentration. You are pure with the wisdom. Then what will happen? You never about, you have no any hatred, you have no any greeting, you have no any illusion with any other person. Then you can spread your love and compassion, you can spread your joy, you can spread your peacefulness, you can spread your kindness, you can spread your full of love and joy, full of love and compassion for the every people without limitation. Without limitation, you can spread your love and joy, your love and compassion for the every people, each and every people, everywhere you can spread your compassion and love. That is the second result that you can attain. Third one, what is that? Then you know, if you are following pure Dhamma as it is, as what Buddha is explained to the Kalama, if you are following such a way, you know that at the moment you are very pure with that. In the moment you know that you are not doing any bad things and you are following good things, you feel happy. You feel happy. You are very calm with happy because you know you are following pure Dhamma. That is the third resource. Then last resource, what is that? Then you know definitely you are, when you are following this way, one day you can attain Nibbana because you have a with the faithfulness of the Dhamma. Then you know one day you can end up this suffering. So finally, that is what Buddha is explaining about the Kalama Sutta. Actually, the main thing is not that results. Results is, listen, the main thing is you have to understand, my Dhamma friends. Don't worry or don't bother about the results. You should practice. If you practice, the results definitely gaining with you. You don't worry when you are writing exam, when you are writing exam, do not worry about the results because results will become. Even pass or fail, results will become. But if you are faced to exam, you should dedicate. You have to by heart. You have to do all the activities and everything you have to do at the time. After exam, you are nothing because after exam, whatever you are doing, it's useless. Before exam, you have to do, then the results will come. You know when you are dedicated well, you definitely know results will be definitely okay. Likewise, Dham also said, at the moment, if you are practicing very hard way, very genuine way, very open way, and very sacrifice way, if you are practicing Dhamma, don't worry about the results. Definitely, results will be come to you as you wish, as you want. So that is what you have to understand about Dhamma. So wonderful Dhamma. I think you gain some knowledge about this, about the Kalama Sutta, and I would like thankful to giving such opportunity to share my Dhamma knowledge with, especially with Indian people, Indian Dhamma friends, whoever the participant, whoever the participating people, please share with the Dhamma because the sharing Dhamma is really good merit, very powerful merit, not on this life, but also until attain Nibbana, you definitely meet the Kalyana Mitta, the meeting Kalyana Mitta, meeting pure Dhamma because of the sharing and caring this Dhamma. So I would like thanks and I would like to share all the merits, especially the organizing committee which are organizing this Dhamma session. And I'm also really happy because I'm still not well, but when I explaining Dhamma, when I speaking Dhamma, because the English is not my language is Sinhala, but I know my English is not much good. But I think according to my knowledge, according to my explanation, you get some idea about what is Kalama Sutta and how it is applicable, how it's applied for the day-to-day life. So that is about our Sutta explanation. So thank you very much for participating and listening in within this hour. So I would glad to happy and I will appreciate the organizing committee to organizing such a good Dhamma session to all the Dhamma friends who really need, who really seek real Dhamma, pure Dhamma. So Sutta is something is very deep. When we go to the commentary and subcommentary, there are some many explanation about this. But according to as we have a time, so we have to obey with the time because in here is now it's too late. But anyway, maybe I will go to Sri Lanka maybe 2 or 3 months, within 2 or 3 months, then we can have some big discussion with because the time is fixed with the Indian time. So however, if you have any questions, then this is the time for asking questions. So I think the organizing committee can announce as it is.
If anyone has any question, they can ask directly to Bhante. Yes.
Vendami,
Yes, Tai.
Vendami Bhante, Kamatame Bhante. Thank you so much, Bhante. Your English is so good. Bhante, in this sutta, it is said that not to believe in which type of books?
Sorry?
Which books we shouldn't believe?
Because we have a Tripitaka. The main text is the Tripitaka.
Except Tripitaka, every book means Atthakatha and Tika, except these three. Then other all we should ignore.
No, not ignored actually. You can accept any book, no problem, but you have to accept any book, whatever whatever the content in the books, whatever the books. Even you can accept the Bible, even you can accept the Purana, but remember that the logic. If you're following such a content, you should feel that, oh, this is against the Dhamma. This is allowed with the Dhamma. Then you can follow. Don't worry about that. That is what my advice.
Thank you, Bhante.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Bhante,
अजून कोणाला प्रश्न आहे का?
how to increase the seating timing?
Because of your dedication will lead to sitting time is very long, because you know the Vedana uh, as Abhidhamma students, you know Vedana is one Chaitasika. Vedana is a feeling, just a feeling. The Vedana has a very small lifetime. 1 second the Vedana will be vanish, arising and passing out. But we feel when we sitting a long period of time, we feel, oh, this is very painful, very painful, very painful. How it's happened, how it's happened. Oh, now it's gone. I can't continue this. Then you feel to standing up. You feel to walking around here and there. But remember that if you patient with the correct understanding of the paining, the pain will be vanish. It will be disappear. It will be disappear. Later on, we will discuss about how to do meditation and how to practice Dhamma within yourself. So that is really interesting topics, because if you want to, but just thing is, I will explain another one small example. When the mosquito bites you, you feel paining, right? You can patient that. Just try to patient. Don't push you. Don't, you know, I know you not kill the mosquitoes, but sometimes you feel windy. Then you remove the mosquito. You try to remove the mosquito, the area you remove the place. But I will give the advice. When the mosquito is bite you, just observe the pain. When you observe the pain, you can see at some extent, oh, it's okay, no problem, no problem. I can patient such a pain. Such a way you can increase if someone is hit, or if someone is maybe someone is push some, you know, some this sharp knives or whatever. Don't cut yourself, but remember that if you can patient the mosquito bite, likewise, whatever the paining arising within yourself, that paining is also something like that. It's arising, arising, passing out. Very speed, arising and passing out. If you can concentrate on such a fast, then your pain will be disappear. You can sit any longer period of in your meditation seat. Please try it. Please try it. Because when I'm going to explaining about meditation instruction, when I'm going to give meditation instruction, then if you practice more and more, your meditation seat is if you are one your paryanka vijaya, then definitely it will be helps to following the instruction of meditation.
Thank you, Bhante. Kamatame Bhante.
May I ask Krisha? Hello, am I audible?
Yes, I can. I just listen. Can't hear. Can you speak loud?
Okay, Vandami Bhante.
Okay.
First of all, I will thank you for this good Dhamma Deshna, and I will wish you for speedy recovery.
Sadhu,
And
sadhu,
Bhante,
sadhu.
my question was while following Dhamma, while walking on a path with unskillful mind, we made mistakes
Sorry.
sometimes.
Can you
Am
please
I audible?
ask? Sorry, I just disturbing. Yeah.
Okay. With when we start practicing Dhamma by our unskillful mind, and we learn suttas and other desnas, but we interpret by ourselves. It is wrongly. We interpret it wrongly by our own interpretation. So how we can interpret it uh, correctly?
Whichever the interpretation within yourself, you know, when you are doing something wrong, you feel something. Oh, that is not good. Even you are deal with your friend, even deal with your father, mother, even deal with your sister, brothers, even deal with your husband or wife. with your sons, with your children, when you are talking or acting or speaking something, you know this is not appropriate. This is not good. It's coming within your heart. Oh, this is not good. This is bad. Whatever the interpretation given by the other parties or other content or whichever the books, you know the things once arised, you know, oh, that is not good. That is not good. I should not do. I should not think. Right? That is the clue the Buddha is giving to the Kalamas. When it's arising within yourself, you have to judge, you have to understand, is it right or wrong? Is it bad or good? Based on that, you have to follow. You should not follow the bad things, you should follow the good thing. That is the basic, very basic thing, because this basic is most of the time the people forget this basic. Because if you are following the basic, that is why entire Buddha Sasana explaining in the four words, Sabbapapa Sakarana, Kusala Supasampada, Sachitta Paridapana, Etam Buddhana Sasana. If you are always being with the good side, you are secured. You are a very protected person. Other than that, whatever the explanation, or whichever the teachers are explaining, or whatever thing, then it become harm for you. But the thing is, my dear friend, the thing is what? When you are learning Dhamma to deeper level, not the surface level, not the intellectual level, when it's going to root level, then you need to have a clear understanding about the what is real Dhamma. Then when you go to the deeper level, as for example, if I explain Paticca if I cannot explain as it is, as Buddha says, then you take in misinterpretation, then you got shocked. Then definitely your interpretation is wrong, and your understanding is, when its understanding is wrong, you never realize Dhamma, pure Dhamma. That is coming in the root level. But the surface level, you know about yourself, what is your thought, what is your word, what is your action. That is more than enough. I think you understand that.
Yes, Bhante. Sadhu.
Okay.
अजून कोणाला प्रश्न आहेत का? अजून कोणाला प्रश्न आहेत? कविता ताई, हॅलो, हा, कोणाचा प्रश्न आहे?
Bhante, will you give the notes?
Sure. I will. I already sent the slides, but this note also, there's notes actually. I didn't prepare full note, but the slides I already sent to the organizing committee.
And Bhante, sometimes out of the subject questions, suppose not be related to this sutta, can be asked. Not
Sure.
today, because today you are not feeling well, so not today.
No. You can ask. I'm okay.
Bhante, Dittha Dhamma Vedaniya Kamma, when the Nirodha Samapatti is must for the receiver?
The Ditta Dhamma Vedana. Can you ask a question? I didn't get the question.
For Dittha Dhamma Vedaniya Kamma, the offerer gets the benefit if the receiver is in Nirodha Samapatti state.
Not only that, because that is about very powerful results, right? Then that is about, you are talking about, is a very powerful result, because someone is a Nirodha Samapatti, when he start getting up from the Nirodha Samapatti, when someone is offer something, he get at the moment, at very first, he get the results, benefits. That is about one story. But according to the Abhidhamma, Ditta Dhamma Vedana is one part of the karma, the results. Each and every unskillful or skillful action or body action or verbal action or mental action, there is a Ditta Dhamma Vedana. There's a part of the Ditta Dhamma Vedana. There's a part of the Upapajja Vedana, Aparaparya. Upapajja Vedaniya and Aparapariya. That is something different story. You asking about when the Nirodha Samapatti, that is coming under Ditta Dhamma Vedani, but it's a very powerful one because he offered for very greatest person because he's 7 days he is doing in a Palasamapatti, then it become a very powerful mind. Then for that person, if someone is offer something at very first, then the results will be happen at the moment. That is very clear because that is two different things, right? That also Ditta Dhamma Vedaniya results. That's correct.
But for us, can we do?
So we can do, we have to find the person who can attain the Palasamapatti. That's the thing. In today's society, because some of the time, because it can be have, some of the monks can do that, because Palasamapattis, Nirodhas Palasamapattis can do only for the Arihat or Anagami,
No.
which the monks are Anagami or Arihat, who has Ashtasamapatti, who are already generate Ashtasamapatti, which are the Arihat or Anagami. The normal laypersons cannot do this because 7 days they are not eat anything. They are only staying in the Palasamapatti.
But Bhante, Dhamma Vedaniya, this is one part. But other part also we can get, no?
Definitely. Upapajja Vedani, Aparaparya, definitely it will be happen. Of course, because I will recite a story. The story of, the Vishaka's family. The Vishaka family, the father, mother, and the Vishaka father, mother, and yes, but the name I cannot remember of that name. In the Magadha there are a family. There are 5 people in that family. They have
Mendak.
sorry.
Mendak Dhananjaya Sumana.
Yes, you know that story. That is we call Punya Irdi is arising because of the Kassapa Buddha Sasana. Between the Kassapa Buddha Sasana and the Gautama Buddha Sasana, there's a one Pasai Buddha. He's staying as a Palasamapatti, Nirodha Palasamapatti. Once he wake up from the Palasamapatti, at that time in the India there is a dubbik, that means the lack of the food. But however, once the Pasai Buddha is check where should I go to having a food, and he saw that the palace of that person's palace, that the Sitana's palace. Then he suddenly comes to there. At that time, that the person, the head, the man is going to eat. But once before he eat, he saw that the Pasai Buddha is there. Then he offered his one. When he offered, wife also offered. When wife offered, then the son also offered. The son offered, the son's wife also offered. Then the servant also offered. 5 all are offered to the Pasai Buddha. Because of this, at that time also suddenly rain happening and everything is clear as it is, as well as after the resource is coming in the Gautama Buddha Sasana also, they have a Punya Irdi. So these are coming as a Aparaparya, because Upapajja Vedani is the next life, Aparaparya is the until Nibbana, the resource will come.
Sadhu, Bhante. Thank you so much.
Okay. Okay.
Sunita,
Any questions? Then you can please ask, because no worry about that, because I'm okay. Just have a cough, but it's okay.
कोणाला प्रश्न विचारायचा असेल तर विचारून घ्या.
सुनीता जाधव, तुम्हाला प्रश्न होता, विचारा लवकर.
Hello, Gandami Bhante.
Yeah.
I just wanted to know the explanation of Ma Ditti Nijjana Khantiya.
Ma is the no.
I didn't
Ma
get
is
that.
in Pali,
Yeah.
Ma is no.
Yeah.
Ditti Nijjanakantya mean Ditti is sometimes because of the person, because of our whatever the whichever we are discussed because of our heritage, because of our parents, because of our generation, because of our whichever the teachers. Sometimes we are interested with the teachers. So when because of our biasness, whatever they said, whatever they delivered, we take it as it is.
As
Oh,
it
this is the perfect truth. That is
Okay.
ditti.
Okay.
Ditti nijjanakantyami, you are thoroughly touched that whatever the delivered thing from that person or whichever the heritage or when you are generation or whatever you deliver, whatever you get, you keep as it is. At the moment, even the pure Dhamma comes to you, you never removing that because of your biasness.
Okay.
The ma ditti nijjana kantya mean you should not be like that. Even I'm teaching like this. If you feel something is wrong with my teaching, you should understand, oh, Bhakti is teaching something is wrong because Dhamma is something like this. That is what you have to be flexible with what is your knowledge. When you are flexible with your knowledge, when you are flexible with the Dhamma, because you are survived. Other than that, if you are biased, if you are go extreme with whatever you know or whatever you touch, then the pure Dhamma will be lost.
Okay.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Thank you, Bhante. Thank you, Bhante. Sadhu, sadhu.
कोणाचे
So I'm
प्रश्न
really
आहेत
happy
का अजून?
about with Dhamma friends because actually I'm happy not to discuss Dhamma. I'm not to Dhamma discourse. I'm happy about this kind of questions because questions mean you are following Dhamma. You have some doubts because Dhamma is for solving all the doubts. Because Kalama also asking question from the Buddha, which one we should accept? Buddha is solve the Dhamma, solve the questions, solve the doubts. So that is what we have to understand. So I'm really happy when you are asking questions.
And the Buddha also told na pucha
Sorry.
to ask question. Buddha told na pucha
Pucha, yeah.
means Buddha also every time
Yes,
tells
yes,
please
yes,
ask.
yes, yes. Kalena kalang upasankamitva paripucchati paripanhyati idang kim bhante idang kasmim bhante. That is about the source of increasing your wisdom, asking question. Kalena kalang upasankamitva. Time to time you have to comes to the Sappurisa, you have to comes to the teachers asking question. Bhante, I have a question. What is this? How is this? How it's happened this? What is the Patisampada? What is the Fourth Noble Truth? What is the Chatusatya? What is the Patisampada? How is this is happened? How this is happened? How this Buddha is explaining this? That is how you have to generate your wisdom very broad way. So always you have to question. That is very important.
Sadhu, 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 Bhante.
कोणाला प्रश्न आहेत का?
I guess संपलेत.
संपलेत का? ओके. कविताताई, तुम्ही धम्मपालन गाथा बोलणार का?
आज बोला तुम्ही, मी नंतर म्हणणार मात्र नक्की. मीच म्हणणार पुढच्या वेळेस पासून.
ओके.
मला खूप आवडतं, खूप. आय एम सो हॅपी.
ठीक आहे, चालेल. Okay, thank you so much, Bhante, for insightful Dhamma Desna. And even though you are unwell, you still conducted today's session. We all are very grateful to you. We hope and pray for your speedy recovery. Thank you so much, Bhante. Now we today conclude the session with Dhamma Palan Gatha. Raj, कोण आहे धम्म पालन गाथेसाठी? किरणताई, प्लीज.
नमो तस्स भगवतो अरहतो सम्मा सम्बुद्धस्स नमो तस्स भगवतो अरहतो सम्मा सम्बुद्धस्स नमो तस्स भगवतो अरहतो सम्मा सम्बुद्धस्स सब्ब पापस्स अकरणं कुशलस्य उपसंपदा सचित्तपर्योदपनं एतं बुद्धानुशासनं धम्मं चरे सुचरितं नतं दुश्चरितं चरे धम्मचारी सुखं सेति अस्मिन् लोके परमि च न तावता धम्मधरो यावता भवभासति यो च अपि सुतवान् धम्मं कायेन पश्यति सवे धम्मधरो होत्यो धम्मं नप्पमज्जति नत्थि मे शरणं अय्यं बुद्धो मे शरणं वरं एतेन सच्चवच्चेन जयस्सु जयमङ्गलं नत्थि मे शरणं अय्यं धम्मो मे शरणं वरं एतेन सच्चवच्चेन होतु मे जयमङ्गलं नत्थि मे शरणं अय्यं संघो मे शरणं वरं एतेन सच्चवच्चेन भवतु सर्वमङ्गलं साधु साधु साधु
Sadhu,
साधु साधु
sadhu, sadhu. Thank you so much, Bhante, for your insightful talk. Now, today we will formally bring this session to close.
Thank you so much.
वंदामी भंते.
वंदामी भंते थँक यू भंते
Thank you everyone.
थँक यू मॅम
So good na, very wonderful.
Thank you.
वंदामी Bhante, thank you.
Nandami Bhante.
Bhanteंनी लेफ्ट केलेलं आहे.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you ma'am. Thank you everyone.
Thanks everyone for joining the session.
राज लिंक क्लोज कर झालंय सगळं सेशन.
Aditya, close कर.